being the only one in the room, oh, it's not a liability at all. In fact, think about it as an asset. Are you the only one in the room? Here's why you shouldn't think about that as a liability or something to worry about. I have people asking me or saying to me all the time, what do you do if you're the only one in the room? Or I'm the only one in the room. And you know what my response is? If you're the only one that looks like you in the room, you're the only one that looks like you in the room. You don't have to fight to be seen. You don't have to fight to be heard. You have very little competition if you're the only one that looks like you in the room. And remember this, you got into that room because you were worthy of getting into that room. You earned the seat at the table in the room. So focus on the truth and not the distraction that you're the only one that looks like you in the room. The thing that you have in common with everybody in that room is that everybody has a responsibility and frankly some kind of right, which is why they got into that room in the first place. Now, the question is, what do you do with that seat? What do you do with your presence as the only one in the room? Remember, your voice is at the heart of your power. And when you're in that room, it's important that you are highly engaged and that you participate in the conversations. And remember, whenever there is a discussion or a debate, that means nobody has the answer, which is why it's a discussion. So you should absolutely participate. Now, I'm a big fan of using the tool of listening when I'm the only one in the room, because not only do I want to get the content, but I also want to understand the undertones. I want to understand who really is speaking, and are they also articulating something about their agenda while they're in that room. All of that information helps to inform what I will say and when I will say it, but I will definitely say it if I'm in that room. So it's important that you use that tool strategically so that when you do participate in that conversation, it has leverage. Now, every now and then you might find yourself in a room if you're the only one, and others might try to assume or try to make you feel like you're not being heard or, like you're not supposed to be there. Ignore all of that and focus on the truth that you are in that room because you're good. And remember what the great Billie Jean King said, pressure is a privilege. So if you're feeling any type of pressure, it's a privilege to be in that room, but you must do something with that seat. You must be intentional about making an impact. Here's the other thing that you might do. You might spend some time outside of that environment building relationships intentionally. It's always great to have allies, and I have found that the easiest way to build those allies or those partnerships or those key relationships is to do it when you're outside of those kinds of environments or conference rooms or discussions. Do it at a lunch. Do it at after work drinks. Do it at some type of other event. But be intentional about building those relationships. So when you come in that room, you can feel that there's some kindred spirits of some kind so that you can get some support if you're trying to put forth an idea where you do need support in order to get it done. But remember, being the only one in the room, oh, it's not a liability at all. In fact, think about it as an asset and carry your own paper into that room. Understand the power of your presence, and more importantly, use your influence so that you can get some others in the room very shortly. Go get them.